want you to show me how to get to know someone like you.
Hi everyone, Milas Danksoff here. Today we're reviewing the SIG MCX Virtus licensed by SIG Sauer. Starting with the box, you have a pretty decent box with the picture of the rifle in the front and some specifics about the rifle in the back with the SIG Trades and Proforce logo on the sides. Now getting in the box, you have your gun wrapped in a plastic wrap like this. Once the plastic wrap is removed, you now see the rifle in its foam casing, foam and cardboard of course. Also in the packaging, if you check under the box here, you do have your instruction manual with a speed loader, standard speed loader, a metal mid cap, and an M100 spring for the VFC MCX. And that is all for the box. And here is your VFC MCX Virtus, officially licensed by SIG Sauer Inc. So a little history about the rifle. The rifle came out in 2017. It's notably used by the British Special Forces and was also featured on the recent Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You do have a flash hider here, which reveals 14mm counterclockwise treads, standard M4. The rail here and stock are compatible with the real steel counterparts. On the rail here, which is detachable by the receiver pin, you do have 5 M-LOK segments on each side. The gas block here has the plus and minus adjustments, just like the real one, but does not do anything on this replica. You also have on the rail 2 QD points, which are also found on the body and the stock. This gun right here came pre-deaned by Tactic, but depending on where you buy your gun, you might have it on Tamiya, so do watch out for that. I'll now show you how to remove the rail quickly. So you pull the receiver pin here, and you can now pull the rail upwards. And this is how you remove your rail, if ever you want to access your battery compartment. Inside the MCX here, you do have a fuse and detachable wires if ever you need to disassemble the gun completely. Up front here on the sides, you do have some nice deep and long rails which hold the handguard firmly in place. Coming down from the rail here, you do have a flared magwell. This is the stock mag from VFC, by the way. You do have a flared magwell, and you can see inside here the Avalon gearbox. It takes most M4 mags. All the controls here are ambidextrous, being the mag release, the fire selector, and unfortunately the bolt isn't, but the charging handle is. It has a pretty round grip, I do find, but it is the signature SIG grip. On the receiver here, you can find all the SIG Sauer Inc. markings and the MCX markings. You can also find the Virtus tab on the top. The fake bolt on top comes with a dual spring system, which makes it actually more reliable than most M4 AEG bolts. You can retract the bolt by pressing the button on the other side. Coming to the rear, you do have a stock that's mounted on a Picatinny rail with a sling point down there. The stock is removable and compatible with any real steel SIG stocks. It also reveals under there a quick change spring, which you can access from outside the body without having to pull the gearbox out, which is very neat. Speaking of the gearbox, this gun features the VFC Avalon gearbox with VFC barrel hop-up bucking. The barrel is 300mm long, and the hop-up is a rotary style VFC plastic hop-up. This gun comes stock with an M110, which gives it about 390 to 400 FPS. The extra spring was an M100. The extra spring is a M100 in case you ever want to drop the FPS. It's also very easy. The gun also comes LiPo ready. I used a LiPo 11.1 on my gameplay. You will see at the end of the video. Also, I forgot to mention the stock here has 3 positions. Here is the first one, here is the second one, and here is the third one. You can extend it by pressing the button here. One thing I did notice is the sling here usually goes in this position when you hold the rifle downwards. So watch out when you close the stock so it doesn't stick on this. Now for the mag fitting, as I said, it takes standard AEG M4 mags, so I'll show you a couple I tested and worked well. Here is the CNC palm mag, which worked great. Also in my top working ones, I have the PTS EPM. This is the SpeedQB one, but the standard one also worked great. The EPM one, also perfect fit and feed. I also tested the GNG 80 round metal mag, which worked perfectly. Same as the VFC mag that comes with it, no issues whatsoever. But what I use in my gameplay is the Ditach Hex mag, which I modified a bit, but still feeds and functions like the normal one. What I found did not work with the MCX is the GNG plastic mags. Like this, the transparent ones, they're 120 rounds and they did not fit or feed with the MCX. Also had issues with the GNP short mags, which did not function either with the MCX. This is just to give you an idea of what mags you can use with it and what mags you cannot. Now, just like I was talking, this is the fake bolt system with the two springs on top, which I find very interesting. This is the charging handle, and this is the outer barrel and hop-up. As you can see, rotary style and plastic. And this is the 300mm barrel. Now, to remove the stock here, this is the rear of the receiver with the quick change spring. You can simply insert an Allen key in there, twist to the left, and remove the whole spring guide. Regarding the grip here, you can see it has a weird push pin design. The rest is basically standard V2. And here on the mag release, the left side of it is proprietary to the MCX, the rest is standard V2 VFC. And now you can see the VFC Avalon gearbox, which has a MB selector. Now that we are inside the gearbox, you may now observe the piston head and nozzle is plastic. It has a ported cylinder. The piston head is CNC machined aluminum with a single O-ring. The piston now here, I don't think you can see it well. Half of the piston rack is metal and the rest of the rack is plastic. All the gears are metal VFC standard with the sector delayer chip. The trigger here has a MOSFET, which is front wired, and the trigger is a standard trigger. So this is my completed MCX loadout. Starting from the front, I ran a K-Tech amplifier, standard Crytek sights, BCM grip, the Tactic rail covers with a standard rail cover down. Running my hex mags with Terran Tactical baseplate, gateway, Maple Leaf springs, and ZTW followers. Running a Polar Star F2 with a purple speed trigger that's adjusted for a millimeter pull. Emped IGL, and basically Max hop-up, Promi purple, and the Maple Leaf inner barrel that goes all the way up top, so a bit more than 300mm. That's about my loadout. I'll do a secondary gameplay with the HPA build instead of the AEG soon, so stay tuned guys. Take care. One weird thing I've noticed is when you look at it with night vision, I looked at it with my night vision Gen 2 Plus white phosphorus, and the upper and the lower are two different colors on the night vision. We're gonna pass the gun through the chrono real quick. 3.13, 3.26, 3.27, 3.24, 3.36, 3.36, 3.26. Ça vous donne une idée du chrono rough. Get left, I'll get right. We're going left, yeah. That's clear. Right, clear too, but I'll keep it. One behind the blue container on the right. Yeah. Wow, I shot myself in the head. I shot the plank. Dead. Hey, but is he dead? Dead.
that guy. A lot. Bruh! Finally! Ah! Ah! Oh fuck!
I'm not getting the phone now.
Nope! Nope, 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 nope. Ah!